Because at the center of human psyche, you have this element within yourself, fear and hope. Anything that you do, you hope you success in what you do. You gain something. And you fear failure. Anything. And sometimes failure in life, it really haunted you. Especially if you put a lot of effort. At the end, you found out collapse. That bring a lot of trauma, that fear. So fear factor and hope factor. So part of our being existent, we are anchored with that reality. So our thinking mind, we're thinking, which is the reality of knowledge. When you think, and that knowledge, if you spiral down, it comes to that right bottom. It promote and provoke a sense of fear, provoke a sense of hope. Your thought, your thinking mind is constantly thinking of something, and that thinking, it brings about a sense of courage, wanting to do something, and no, I don't want to do that. And that want to do or not to do, it mobilizes from that element of something that you hope for the best, you fear for the worst. So already demonstrate that centralization, the center core of our motion and motionless, our movement, human psyche. Therefore, because what we're learning is relate to us that pure truth, nothing but truth. And part of that truth, it reveals about your reality, about our reality, which is connected to that fear and hope. And if you come up a little bit, when you experience fear, then you experience restriction. When you experience hope, you experience expansion. So you feel restricted. If you dig down, it's fear. You feel expand, you dig down, hope. And if you go up a little bit, the fact that you experience a sense of restriction and a sense of expansion, because the touch of harshness, the touch of softness, that's where you experience life. Harsh and soft. The idea of good and the bad, the praise and the blame, the sweet and the bitter. Back to that very fundamental life experience. See how that wasiyatul kubra, the great advice, that's why it's called great advice, because it really pinpoint, exact and straight to the point, punctual about your life experience. As a result, every Friday, the one that read the khutbah, ittaqillah. Go back to that. Align back that fear by truth, fear and hope is only with Him, not with other than Him. But if you channel or direct your fear and hope with other than Him, then that's it. You're always going to be fluctuate. You can't find settlement. Settlement is when your hope and fear, fear and hope is linked direct with Him. If your fear and hope is linked with Him, you're always in equal balance. Because the nature of Him, the one that created everything, it is always balanced. But if your fear and hope is related towards the secondary circle, which is connect towards material substances, material thing, your hope rise up high if you have a lot of money. Your hope go down and have fear if you loss of money. So your fear and hope is more connected to material thing. Or what we're saying, wasiyatul kubra, your fear and hope, it bypass the seen. Yes? It bypass the seen. If your fear and hope is with Him, you will find yourself more equal balance. Why? Because once your fear and hope is related towards Him and only Him, His promise is always all good. That's back to the trust then, isn't it? Wasiyatul kubra, the greatest advice. Yes? So connect yourself with the source, with the Creator. Watch yourself. Where do you generate your fear and hope? Is it with the seen? Yes, it's related with the seen. But that seen should reflect the unseen, which is the touch of divine. And the nature of that touch of divine, it is connected to harshness, where we call it jalal, and softness, where we call it jamal. So the touch of jalal and jamal, you go down, the touch of al-qabdu wal-bastu, you go down, the touch of al-khawf wal-raja. That's the core. Human psyche. Pierce through the unseen to the seen, connect to the unseen, alimul ghaibi wa shahada. Al-ghaib wa shahada. Anta tahkum. You are the one that judge. Baina ibadika fima kanu fihi yakhtalifun. Among ourselves, we have differences. Yes, you think that way, I think this way. Differences. Anta tahkum. If your inside vision is open, your inside eyes, not this eye. So you have two eyes. One is the external eye, and the other is the inner eye. As a believer, you're constantly exercising two eyes. At the outward level, the eye of the seen. At the inward level, the eye of beyond the seen. Then you find balance. You will knock yourself out of balance. You can't find settlement. As we as human beings, you're constantly looking for settlement. You want to feel settled. Settled is not with material. It can give you a temporary settlement, but not permanent. And you feel disturbed with anything that is not permanent. We are constantly crying out for permanence. We don't like impermanent. Anything. Yes? You have trauma in life because you experience something leaving you. You experience something that you connected to, you attached, and all of a sudden is about to leave. Oh my God. Your life crumble. Wasiyatul Kubra. The greatest advice, have you forgotten? Yes? Always check yourself and correct yourself. Thinking, feeling, thinking, articulation, action. The reality of human psyche. You think, feel, and act. And let it be that thinking, feeling, articulation, and action, it is governed by Wasiyatul Kubra, the real understanding. That's why Friday is considered the great day. Everyone come, they pay attention. And that Khatib, the one that rises up at the member, that place whereby, the high place, that resemble Muhammad Rasulullah. It resemble Muhammad Rasulullah. It resemble our Prophet. Reflection. Because they can't say anything unless by what he have taught. That's under Muhammad Rasulullah. Muhammad Rasulullah. Muhammad Rasulullah. And that meme, the first meme, one of the secret of the letters, meme, when you say meme, Muhammad Rasulullah, it cancel out all the things that disturb your perception. Just by mentioning the harf of meme, God has given to him. Think of that. Just by mentioning Muhammad, that meme, you have the secret. It cancel out anything that, any disturbance, it take away. Any disturbance that not allow you to see the truth as it is. Cancel out. And so the one that know that secret, they always mention Muhammadur Rasulullah. Muhammadur Rasulullah. Yes, that mim ha mim dal, original is mim ha mim mim dal. So 3 mim there. One of the first secret of the meme, it take away all the illusion, all the disturbance. Any vibration, any thought wave that not supporting your journey, rule out. That's only the first meme. We never revealed the other 2 meme yet. Yes? So that when the Khatib is reading the khutbah, you should recall Muhammad Rasulullah. Connect yourself with love. Yes? Because everything being created, the moon, the galaxy, the star, everything being created for us. Yes? And God has created us for Him. And the master among all the creation is Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Yes? The fact that we see this mosque, this masjid, if you see the masjid, never see Muhammad, you are blind. Masjid is symbol Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. You should train your eyes, see the masjid, recall the best of creation, Muhammad Rasul. It's just like if you have your loved one, when you see her house, what do you recall? Is it the house or her? Come on. Yes? Similarly, the believer, because they have love with Muhammad Rasulullah. When they see the masjid, what do they recall? Yes? That is why when you enter, you read salawat one time. And then the dua rahmah. And that rahmah, some scholars say it relate to us, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. That's rahmah. This is a place of rahmah, the place of mercy. And you step out there, is the place of fadlah. This is the wilayah of Muhammadan. That's why when you come to the mosque, you read one salawat and dua. What is the dua? Who memorized them? Ustaz. Birahmatik. Oh Allah, I seek you to open the door of mercy. Who is the door of mercy? Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Yes? But we come to the mosque, we see the bina. We see the building. Building head. Not piercing through the real meaning. Yes? Once you have the real meaning, that's it. Everything become meaningful, not meaningless. Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Okay? And this is the place that we come to remind ourselves. These are the circle of Anbiya, Awliya, Siddiqeen, Shuhada, wa Salihin. The circle of the righteous. The circle whereby we have bring back our senses in the right place. Bring back our thinking mind, our feeling self, our articulation and action, bring back to that right alignment. Is a place. Yes? That's why one of the people that been saved in the day of resurrection is the one that his heart is attached with the masjid. Meaning, attached with Muhammad. Not the bina. What, you going to imagine what? The bina? Well, by the time of the Prophet, no bina. You only have the tree of date tree, palm tree that make the mosque. That's your bina. Yes? It's just a symbol. Yes? That's why that dome, if you study the structure, is based upon 7 dots. 1 dot, 2 dot, yes? And then 3 dot, and then 4. Okay? So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, as well, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you have 7 dots that indicate someone that making prostration, because when you make prostration, you have on your feet 1, 2, your knee 2, okay? So 4, yes? And then your 2 hand here, close. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then your forehead, 1. So if you join the dots, become a dome. So dome is symbol of someone that making prostration. That is why it's called masjid. In Arabic, what it meant is that the place to make prostration. Not the bina. It's a place that you make prostration. And that prostration is also symbolize, recall, before you come out to the world, your last position in the tummy is in that state, prostration. That's why if the baby come out early, you go to premature room, how they put the baby? Yes? We should take one fat one, put in front, become imam. That's it, done. That's it. So before we come to the world, our state already. Last production, before come out. That's your position. That's why when you do sujood, it recall back. It recall back before you come to the place. That pure state. That's why sujood is the close moment out of all moments. Yes? So hopefully that benefit you. Yes? Any question? Ada soalan? Allah. You have any question? Is that you benefited? Yes? You can see how that knowledge is connected with advice, and that advice, it really go back to the root of human state, fear and hope, restriction, expansion, harshness, softness, and number 7, it becomes the best version of you, or either the worst version of you. If you see someone ending at the worst, which means he does not understand. He's facing the challenges of life, the good, the bad, the praise, the blame, the sweet, the bitter. The two contrasts end up make him the worst, because he's not anchored. He does not understood wasiyatul kubra. So wasiyatul kubra is so important. Very important. Yeah? Any question? And in order to activate that fear and hope and restriction and expansion and that touch of harshness and softness, so that you can bring the best version of you, okay, you need to maintain and sustain hudur qalb, heart present. Heart present, hudur qalb. Once you have that heart present, now it activates your right thinking mind. The right thinking mind, it brings yourself towards at-tafahum. So the first hudur qalbi, second at-tafahum, and third at-ta'azim. These 3 asas. Can memorize them?